Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada ji ki, Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Go Premanande, all glories to Sri devotees, all glories to Sri devotees, all glories to Sri devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naranjiva Narottamam Deving Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nastapraisha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Srimatan Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Ridevaisamika Madani Vidulotso Itsatan Krishna Swadamo Padati Dharma Vinadvi Saha Kalo Nasodesha Mishapurana Arkonodotita Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 29, verses 23 to 25. The title of chapter is Talks between Narada and King Prachinabhari. but Shankaragita Thakur give a title, The Meaning of the History of King Puranjanam. Can you repeat after me? Adayo,
Adayo,
Vyadhayas, Tasya, Adayo, Vyadhayas, Tasya,
Adayo, Vyadhayas, Tasya,
Adayo, Vyadhayas, Tasya,
Adayo, Vyadhayas, Tasya,
Saimika, Yavanas, Charaha, Sainika Yavanas Charaha, Sainika Yavanas Charaha, Bhutopasagashu, Rayaha, Bhutopasagashu, Prajvaro, Dvivido, Jvaraha, Prajvaro, Dvivido, Jvaraha, Prajvaro, Dvivido, Jvaraha, Adhayo Vyadhayastasya, Sainika Yavanas-charaha, Kutopasagashraya, Prajvaro Dvivido Jvaraha, Adhayo Vyadhayastasya, Sainika Yavanas-charaha, Uttopasargashraya, Prajvaro Dvivido Jvaraha. Devotees.
Adhayo Vajyasta Tasya, Sainika Yavanas-chara,
Sainika Yavanas-chara,
Bhutopasagashraya,
Bhutopasagashraya,
Prajvaro Dvivido Jvaraha,
Prajvaro Dvivido Jvaraha. Adayo Vyadhayastasya, Sainika Yavanas-chara, Bhutopasagashraya, Prajvaro Dvivido Jvaraha, Adayo Vyadhayastasya, Sainika Yavanas-chara, Bhutopasagashraya, Prajvaro Dvivido Jvaraha. I will read the verse 24 and 25 alone. Evam baho vidai dukkai daiva bhutatma sambhavai krishamana shatan varshan dehi tamovritaha pranindriya manodharmam atmani adhyasya nirgunaha shedikama lavandhyayan mama hamiti karma kriti. Okay, let's go repeat together the word by word. Adayaha, disturbance of the mind. Vyadayaha, disturbance of the body or diseases. Tasya, of Yavaneshwara, Sainikaha, soldiers, Yavanaha, Yavanas, Charaha, followers, Bhuta, of living entities, Upasarga, at the time of distress, Ashu, very soon, Rayaha, very powerful, Pajwaraha, name it Pajwara, Dvividaha, two kinds, Jwaraha, fever, even thus Bahuvidahi, of different varieties, Dukkaihi, by tribulations, Daiva, by providence, Bhuta, by other living entities, Atma, by the body and mind, Adhyatmika question. Sambhavaihi, produced, Krishyamanaha, Krishna came from the word Krishna, subjected to sufferings, Shatan, 100, Varshan, years, Dehe, disease, in the body, Dehi, the living entity, Tamavritaha, covered by material existence. So the Dehe is the body, and the He means the living entity in a body. The verse 13 of chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita worked very nicely with these words. Tamavritaha, covered by material existence. Prana, of life. Indriya, this is easy also, of the senses. Manaha, our dear friend. No. Of the mind. Dharman, characteristics. Atmani, unto the soul. Adhyasya, wrongly attributing. Nigunaha, although transcendental. Shete, lies down. Kama, of sense enjoyment. Lavan, on fragments. Dhyayan, meditating. Mama, mine. Aham, I. Iti, thus. Karma kriti, the actor. The translation from Sanskrit to English of the three verses 24, 25, 26 as follows. The followers of Yavaneshwar, Yamaraj, are called the soldiers of death, and they are known as the various types of disturbances that pertain to the body and mind. Pajwara represents the two types of fever, extreme heat and extreme cold. Typhoid, yes, fever typhoid, and pneumonia. Living entity lying down within the body and disturbed by manipulations pertaining to providence, to other living entities, and to his own body and mind. Despite all kinds of tribulations, the living entity subjected to the necessities of the body, mind and senses and suffering from various types of disease is carried away by many planes due to his lust to enjoy the world. Although transcendental to this material existence, the living entity, out of ignorance, accepts all these material miseries under the pretext of false egoism, I and mine. In this way, he lives for 100 years within in this body. Okay. Purport by His Divine Grace, Avalokitana Vinda Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada, the Prabhupada Ki. In the Vedas, it is stated, Asanga Hriyayam Purushaha. The living entity is actually separate from material existence, for the soul is not material. In Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that the living entity is the superior energy and the material elements. Earth, water, fire, air, and so on are the inferior energy. The material elements are also described as Bhina, Bhina Prakriti Ashtadha, separated energy. When the internal or superior energy comes in contact with the external energy, it is subjected to so many tribulations. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 14, the Lord also says, Matrais Parshatu Kanteya Shitoshna Shukka Dukkadaha. Because of the material body, the living entity is subjected to many tribulations brought about by air, water, fire, extreme heat, extreme cold, sunshine, excessive eating, unhealthy food, maladjustments of the two elements of the body, kapha, pitta, and vata or vayu, and so on. The intestines, the throat, the brain, and the other parts of the body are affected by all kinds of diseases that are so powerful that they become a source of extreme suffering for the living entity. The living entity, however, is different from all these material elements, the soul. The two types of fever described in this verse can be explained in contemporary language as pneumonia and typhoid. When there is an extreme fever in the body, there is typhoid and pneumonia, and they are described as prajvara. There are also other miseries created by other living entities. Adibhautika Krishna. They state exact taxes, and there are also many thieves, rogues, and cheaters, scarcity, war, earthquakes, and so on. These are caused by the demigods or other Adidharika Krishna, or other sources beyond our control. Actually, there are many enemies of the living entities, and these are all described to point out how miserable this material existence is. Knowing the basic misery of material existence, one should be induced to get out of the material clutches and return home back to Godhead. Actually, the living entity is not at all happy in this material body. Because of the body, he suffers thirst and hunger, and circle the transcendental living entity simple because he desires to satisfy his senses in the material world. If he is simple, withdraws from activities of sense gratification and applies his senses in the service of the Lord, all the problems of material existence will immediately diminish. with the advancement of Krishna consciousness, he will be freed from all tribulations. And after give up the body, he will go back home, back to Godhead. It's very interesting. With the increasing of Krishna consciousness, increasing Sattva Guna also. In Sattva Guna we can experience, we can taste more happiness and more knowledge. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramitanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Staptanyana Bhuktare Swayana Rupa Kadamahim Dadat Svaha Padantikam Vanchakalpatarvyasya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Tat Sat. Adayo Vidayastasya Sainika Yavanascharaha Bhutto Pasarga Shuraya Pajarudvi Vidojanaha. Hare Krishna. Good morning to everyone. Thanks for coming to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. The Krishna Prema Rupa once time took the fever, typhoid fever. When I arrived here in 2070, in 2008, if I'm not wrong, he took typhoid fever in Vrindavana when he was studying the Bhakti-Vaibhava. So the first word of this verse, Adayo Vyadhayas, speak about mind disturbances. Yes. Especially nowadays, the mental disturbances are increasing, yes, many more times, yes, many more times. People are diagnosed by mental disturbances from childhood, yes. And one time, Lord Chaitanya also, in his pastimes, showed this mind disturbance, yes. Some doctors say that he was with air life disturbance. Yes, I could focus in really only in explain only these miseries, these kleshas in material world, but everyone that are in material world know very well that this material world is full of miseries. Dukhalayam Shashvatam. Bhagavad Gita, very concise, yes, very summary, show with this sentence: Dukhalayam Shashvatam. The material world is miserable and temporary. Even in Western world, many philosophers like Schopenhauer and Nietzsche explain about this material world that is a place to suffer. But I will not focus this. I will focus in this pastime of Lord Chaitanya. So when Lord Chaitanya go to Gaya, he met with your spiritual master, forget name, the Ishvara Puri, thank you, disciple of Madhavendra Puri. And before this, Lord Chaitanya represented a role of a very aristocratic, a very arrogant, a very high-level pandit, yes, a very scholar, very proud, very arrogant. But after this pastime with Ishwar Puri, he changed the mood of a great Gyani, a great scholar, to a Bhakta. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come back to Nadia, to Navadvipa, he shows a very, very humble mood, yes, devout mood. So in the book of Srila Vrindavana Das Thakur, in this moment start the Madhya Kanda, the midway pastimes, and we have a great treasure. We have a copy of Chaitanya Bhagavat with translation from Bengal and purports from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It's a very, very special book. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta says that we need to read hundred of times this book. So this is Madhya Kanda, the beginning of the Lord's manifestation and His instructions on Krishna Sankirtana. I will not read the Bengali, I will direct to verse in English. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, whose arms stand down to their knees, who have complexions like malt and gold, and who inaugurated the congregation chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Their eyes resemble the petals of a lotus flower. They are the maintainers of the living entities, the best of the Brahmanas, the protectors of religious principles for this age, the benefactors of the universe, and the most merciful of all incarnation. O my Lord, you are eternally existing in the past, present, and future. Yet you are the son of Sri Jagannatha Mishra. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you, along with your associates, your devout servants, your sons, your Goswami disciples, or the process of devotional service, such as the congregational chanting of the holy name, and your consorts, who according to the regulative principles refer to Vishnu Priya, who is Bhu Shakti, Lakshmi Priya, who is Shri Shakti. Yes, material and spiritual energy. These terms, these words are more used in South of India, in Sri Sampradaya, for example. When you go take darshan of Sri Ranganath, have two moods representing Bhu and Shri Shakti, and together with the Sri Ranganath and Sri Rangam. And Navadvipa, which is Nila, Lila, or Durga, or who according to devotional principles refer to the two Gadadhars, Narahari, Ramananda, Jagadananda, and others. All glories to Vishwambara, the king of the Brahmanas. All glories to the society of devotees who are dear to Vishwambara. All glories to the most sober Gaurachandra, who is the bride to religion. All glories to his most attractive form, which is the embodiment of the congregational chanting of the holy names. All glories to the Lord, who is the friend, wealth, and life of Nityananda. All glories to the abode of Gadadhar and Advaita's love. All glories to the Lord, who is most dear to Jagadananda. All glories to the heart and soul of Vakreshwar and Kashishwara. All glories to the Lord of the devotees, headed by Srivas. O Lord, please bestow your merciful glance on the living entities. The topics of Madhyakanda are just like drops of nectar. Atheism will be vanquished from the heart of anyone who hears these narrations. Haribo. Oh dear brothers, please hear attentively the topics of Madhyakanda, wherein the inauguration of the Sankirtan pastimes is described. As soon as Sri Gaura Sundar returned from Gaya, the entire city of Nadia was filled with the news. All the Lord's friends and relatives came running to see him. Some came early, some came in between, and some came later. The Lord spoke briefly with everyone, and they all became jubilant on seeing Vishwambara. They all greeted the Lord and accompanied him home, where Vishwambara narrated the topics of his pilgrimage. The Lord said, "By the blessing of all of you, I have visited the abode of Gaya without any difficulty." Gaya is a very interesting place of pilgrimage in India. Is near of Nadia of Navadvipa, I think around 500-600 kilometers. And on this place have a big temple, and on this temple have a big stone with a footprint of Vishnu, a big footprint of Vishnu. And the peoples go to this place to make the Pinda ceremony, the ceremony for the previous fathers, mothers. And Lord Chaitanya was to this place, but he knows that Sharapuri wasn't there. And this is a very important pilgrimage place of Buddhists, because Lord Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, was to this place to achieve the self-realization. Yes, he stayed meditating under a ashwata tree, Bengal figure. I don't know the name in English. Ashwata tree, and Siddhartha Gautama achieved the self-realization on this place, because I have many temples of Buddhism, etc. But curious, the devotees not go many times. The devotees don't go to this place. One time I asked for an Indian devotee, why the devotees don't go to Gaya if it is a so important place of pilgrimage for us Gaudiya Vaishnavas? And the devotee answered, because this place has a lot of thieves. It's a very dangerous place. The Lord spoke with such great humility that everyone became fully satisfied. Some persons placed their hands on the Lord's head and said, "Life, a long life." Yes, give blessings to God. Others touching his various limbs while chanting mantras. Like the old gopis in Vrindavan, yes? The Vatsalya Rasa. Some placed their hands on the Lord's chest and blessed him with the words, "May Govinda bestow soothing, blissful mercy on you." The most fortunate Mother Sach was filled with joy and forgot self while seeing her son. The family of Lakshmi's father became most happy, and Lakshmi's distress was vanquished as she looked at the face of her husband. All the Vaishnavas became pleased. Some of them immediately went to see the Lord. After the Lord humbly spoke with everyone, he bid them goodbye, and they all returned to their homes. The Lord then took a few devotees to a solitary place to discuss some confidential topics. Begin the strategy, military strategy. The Lord said, "All friends, please hear about the wonders of Krishna that I have seen. As soon as I entered the abode of Gaia, I heard the most auspicious sounds. Thousands and thousands of Brahmanas were reciting prayers from the Vedas. They said, 'Come and see the whole spot where Lord Vishnu washed his Lord's feet.' When Krishna previously visited Gaia, he washed his feet at the place. The Ganges became glorious as a result of being touched by the Lord's feet of the Lord, and Lord Shiva realized the glories of that water by holding it on his head. By the influence of the water that washed the Lord's feet, that place has become famous by the name Padodaka Tirtha. Padodaka means shoes. Like the shoes of ladies in altar, the name of these shoes is Padodaka. Who can be worthy of the name of the Supreme Lord but the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna? Brahmaji collected water emanating from the nails of his feet in order to award it to Lord Shiva as a worshipful welcome. This very water, the Ganges, is purifying the whole universe, including Lord Shiva. The blessed Lord Shiva becomes all the more blessed by bearing on his head the holy water of the Ganges, which has its source in the water that washed the Lord's feet. The Lord's feet act like thunderbolts hurled to shatter the mountain of sin stored in the mind of the meditating devotee. One should therefore meditate on the Lord's feet of the Lord for a long time. As soon as the Lord repeated the name of Padma Tirtha, tears began to incessantly flow from his eyes. Eventually the Lord lost all composure and began to cry profusely as he called out the name of Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. The flower garden became inundated with tears of love, and the Lord sighed deeply while chanting the name of Krishna. The Lord's entire body was decorated with hair standing on end, and he was unable to remain still as his body began to intensely shiver. Sriman Pandita and the other devotees, Srivas Pandita, all watched as the Lord cried out of intense love for Krishna. Tears of love flowed from the Lord's eyes in all directions as if the Ganges had appeared there. Everyone there was struck with wonder and thought, "We have never before seen him like this." It is a very new mood for devotees in Navadvipa. He must have received the mercy of Lord Krishna, or perhaps he has seen something wonderful on the way. After a short while, the Lord regained his external consciousness and began to speak to everyone present there. The Lord said, "All friends, please return home today. I will tell you where to come so that we may meet tomorrow. I wish to tell you about my miseries in a solitary places. You and Sadashiva should come early tomorrow to Shuklambar Brahmachari's house. After speaking to everyone, Vishwambar bid them goodbye and then performed his duties. Ecstatic love of Krishna was constantly visible in the body of the Lord, and he became most renounced in his dealings. Mother Sati could not understand the conduct of her son, yet she was overjoyed to see him. As the Lord wept, he cried out the name of Krishna, his mother, so that the courtyard had become flooded with tears. The Lord cried out, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" While calling out in this way, his love incessantly increased. It's visible that the Lord Chaitanya manifested the Gop's mood when he called, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Yes. The characteristic of the great devotees that is they feeling like a miserable person. Yes, everyone is a devotee Krishna, but I not me. Yes, because these devotees are asking, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" I don't have Krishna. A neophyte devotee thinking, "I'm a good devotee. I have a relationship with Krishna." Because they generally are so proud. But the pure devotee manifesting this mood, like the Goswamis from Vrindavan, the same mood. Yes, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" I don't have Krishna. Who have Krishna? His mother could not understand anything. Therefore, she sought the protection of Govinda with folded hands. As the Supreme Lord began to manifest himself, innumerable universes rejoiced. Devotees immediately came when they heard about the auspicious beginning of the Lord's distribution of love. All the Vaishnavas who came to see the Lord were warmly greeted by him. Meet tomorrow at Shuklambar's house, where I will submit my sorrows to you in seclusion. Sriman Pandita was filled with joy. He was delighted to see the Lord's wonderful manifestation of love. Because especially these devotees, Srivas Pandita, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, many times, especially Gadadhar Pandita and Srivas Acharya, Lord Chaitanya in the middle of the street stopped these devotees and began making challenges. Yes, making different questions about the logic and all. And the devotees so why she's so scholar, so intelligent, but he is not a Krishna's devotee. These devotees cry and suffer a lot in heart. Yes, if in my Pandita became a devotee, the Gaudiya, the Vaishnavism will increase and even flow is spread for the whole world. But now the deep desire of these devotees started to be satisfied. Yes, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Nimai Pandita, showed symptoms of became a devotee. After performing his duties early the next morning, he took a basket and happily went to collect flowers. These are Gopis activities, yes, collect flowers and make gardens. So very, very transcendental. In the house of Srivas, there was a kunda flower tree that appeared like the incarnation of a kalpa vriksha. The Vaishnavas picked from that tree as many flowers as they liked, but the supply of flowers always remained inexhaustible and undiminished. After rising in the morning, all devotees would regularly meet there to gather flowers. Gadadhar, Gopinath, Ramai, and Srivas all enjoy transcendental mellows while discussing topics of Krishna as they pick flowers. Ramai is the young brother of Srivas Pandita. At the moment, Sriman Pandita arrived there with a smile on his face. They all say, "It seems you are very happy today," Sriman Pandita replied. "There is, of course, a good reason." The devotees say, "Please explain." Sriman Pandita then said, "Please hear the reason. A most wonderful and most impossible incident has occurred. Nimai Pandita has become the greatest Vaishnava. Hearing that he has happily returned from Gaya, I went to greet him yesterday afternoon. Everything he said revealed his utmost aversion to the world. He did not display any arrogance for even a moment." In a secluded place, he began to speak about Krishna and the wonders that he had witnessed at various places. As soon as he mentioned the name Padma Tirtha, the area around him became filled with his tears. His entire body began to tremble, and all the hairs of his body stood on end, calling out, "O Krishna, O Krishna, O Krishna." He fell to the ground. When he fell unconscious, there was no sign of life in his body. After a while, he regained his external consciousness with a startled motion. Then finally, he began to shed tears as he called out the name of Krishna. It appeared as if Ganga herself was flowing from his eyes. By the devotion that I have seen in him, I no longer consider him an ordinary human being. On regaining external consciousness, he said only, "Let us meet at the Shukambar house early tomorrow morning. I wish to reveal my distress to you, Sadashiva and Murari Pandita." There is every reason to believe this most auspicious news that I have given you. On hearing this news from Sriman Pandita, the devotees triumphantly chanted the holy name of Hari. The magnanimous Srivas was the first to speak. "May Krishna increase our family. May our family increase." All devotees happily discussed the topics of Krishna. A most auspicious and enchanting sound vibration arose. All the devotees repeatedly exclaimed, "May it be so. Let everyone worship the lotus feet of Krishna Chandra." In this way, after picking flowers, all the devotees returned to their homes to perform the worship. Sriman Pandita went to the house of Shukambar Brahmachari on the bank of the Ganges. After Gadadhar Prabhu heard the news, he quickly went to the house of Shukambar, thinking, "Let me hear what topics of Krishna he will relate." Gadadhar hid inside the Shukambar house. Some devoted companions of the Lord like Sadashiva, Murari, Shriman, and Shukambar all gathered there. At the time, Vishwambara, the king of twice born, arrived there to meet the assembled Vaishnavas. They all greeted him in great happiness, but the Lord did not manifest any external vision. As soon as the Lord served devotees, he began to receive verses glorifying the characteristics of devotional service. Bhakti, or devotional service, means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all devotees. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designations, and simply by being employed in the service of the Lord, one's senses are purified. This verse is very famous. This verse comes from Narada Pancharatra. In this verse are in Bhakti Samhita Sindhu also, from Rupa Goswami. This verse defines what is devotional service. What is devotional service? This verse answers this question. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. Okay? Very simple. Every sense is the vision, the tongue, the ears, we can use to Krishna. In material world, when we use our senses into senses objects in this material world, what happens? Happens entanglement. But when you use the senses to taste the same objects, but that was offered to Krishna, a mystical thing happens. These senses, they purify. This is the mystic of the devotional service. Devotional service not is dry renunciation. No, devotees have a lot of pleasure, but this pleasure is together came with Krishna. Sometimes the pleasure without Krishna go down the soul. But sometimes the same pleasure, when is offered to Krishna first, this purify the consciousness of the spiritual soul. Okay, I will stop for here. If you want to have a comment or question. Okay. Yes.
Maha Krishna. I was wondering, from where did you read this?
Where?
Yes.
Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat from Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur is the son of Narayani. Narayani was a maid servant in the Srivas house, and one time Lord Chaitanya said to Narayani, weeping, crying, yes, crying for Krishna, and she cried very loud. And the son of this Narayani was Vrindavan Das Thakur. We have 3 authorized biographies of Lord Chaitanya: the Chaitanya Mangal from Lochana Das Thakur, the Chaitanya Charitamrita from Krishna Das Kaviraj. Krishna Das Kaviraj, he living in the city, in the village that Lord Chaitanya shaved your hair. I forget name. When you take a train from Kolkata, from Howrah, the last stop is this place. Before, passed in Navadvipa, and this is the last stop. In this place, he lived with his relatives, and Lord Nityananda himself came to a dream and gave to order, go to Vrindavan and write this book. Chaitanya Charitamrita is more philosophical, is more systematic, is more easy to Western minds, Western intelligence understand. But the biography of Lord Chaitanya from Vrindavan Dasa is totally transcendental. Yes, don't have a lot of philosophy, and when the philosophy appears, it's very simple, it's very direct. And Vrindavan Dasa go deep on the leelas, on the transcendental mood and transcendental mysteries. It's very, very elevated, this biography. Okay.
And can I give a comment also? I really like that you tell this story, because in the beginning the verse was also saying that Adhayo, right? Also the disturbance of the perception, the greatest disturbance, and to overcome this disturbance, we cannot do anything else than hear about Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, of course. And so I really liked it that you just told us this story about Chaitanya and his symptoms. And
this is more and after this we get this point. And the Sattvika Bhavas, the 8 Sattvika Bhavas, the 8 symptoms of transcendental love, for a neophyte, for a materialist person, look like a mind disturbance. Yes, the ignorant people thinking that the people are crazy, but this is a mood, is a pure consciousness, and is a totally internal consciousness. Yes. The materialist person, because they thinking I am this body, they believe in this. The mood of materialist persons is totally external. Yes, friends, relatives, the society. Everything is external. Yes, because they go to the parties to achieve happiness and also. But the mood of the transcendentalist is totally internal. Why? Because the pleasure of a transcendentalist is with the Paramatma. The materialist is a bird that try catch the fruits on the tree in Prakriti, the fruit of activities, totally external. The devotee, the transcendentalist, he become internal because he abandoned these external fruits, but he discovered, he meets with a great friend. This great friend is the Paramatma, because this is he abandoned these fruits and become too internal to the Paramatma, to the Super Soul. The pleasure is totally internal, totally introspective of the devotee, of the transcendentalist. But in our times, because of abuse of our freedom, the people's enjoy, each time more of the senses, and the result is that the persons are still crazy. Yes. Remember, the symptoms of tamaguna is darkness, is sleepy, and crazy. Craziness came from tamaguna, from the darkness, and because the peoples are enjoy of the darkness, it's natural that this disturbance, mind disturbance, increase each time more in nowadays. Over Srila Prabhupada. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Jai.
Gaura Premanande.
Maha Krishna Prabhu ki
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Крис увеличивать, да? Он говорит, типа, Крис, можно, типа, увеличивать. Короче, с лекции свою жизнь 66 слов записал.
Не записал?
Да нет, ну, вообще, да. Да, есть это.
Очень достигаешь. Я только что смотрел.
Zahnpasta ist
выставят какой-то счет через время, ну, куда программа закончится. И как-то надо способ взыскать. Ну, Швейцария, да, Швейцария. Да, конечно. Там любая страна, Европа, страна, Европа, ну, у них много историй. Они такие, ребята такие, типа, неспокойные, но жесткие.
Я могу, допустим, они говорят, что не нужно возвращать.
Ну да, тут видите, да. Ну да, я тоже слышал. И мне даже соцработник говорил, что нам четко говорит, что это хорошо, что ты вернулся сюда, потому что мы не могут отсюда, потому что все должны будут вернуться. И мне эта фраза до сих пор потому что что-то там в законодательном акте написано, что может быть все дать все. А я не ничего не было на деле, что просто так дают. Кажется, что ага, не так стоит. Всегда. Поэтому опасно. Почему, например, опасно? Ну, типа, например, дома, когда жить на штуке, ну, поживешь, что ты не копишь долгов на 20 тысяч франков. Пришел, выйдешь из храма, у тебя нет работы, и 20 тысяч франков долларов. Люди говорят, давай, а ты будешь давать. Ну, ты за 2 года только, ну, никакого тебе прогресса.
Krishna
Thank you.